When should somebody start investing and actually, have a sit down with a financial advisor?
It sounds stupid, but as soon as you have a real income, the reality is that young first-time engaged kid who's 25 should be putting 90% of his money into liquidity, because you're gonna need a house, you're gonna need a ring, you're gonna need a wedding, you're gonna need a lot of liquidity. That's how you really teach yourself to be a good saver, is make yourself a priority. Pay yourself first, and then make your decisions after that financially.
Welcome back to another episode of the Garden State Growth Show. Today, we have a special guest, Dave West. That's what he goes by, Dave West.
Right? Yeah, that's currently, yeah.
In high school, he was a varsity athlete in at least one sport. But senior year, tragedy struck, and he broke his leg during the first game, and ever since, he's been on a quest to totally redeem himself. Do I have that right, Dave?
Sure. Tore my quad off my kneecap. It was nice.
Was that like the first game?
Yeah, second game in Alpin.
And I remember you just played the rest of the game.
Yeah, we had a really good doctor. They just taped it down, played from the shotgun, kind of just
get back out there, shake it off.
Played the next week.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, something's wrong. He's like, ice it and tape it down. And I go in to a surgeon. They're like, you need surgery like tomorrow, or the scar tissue we're not gonna be able to pull.
Oh
it was my vastus medialis, tore off my patella tendon. So then they sliced it up, pulled it down, drilled an anchor in it, and then that was the rest of my year.
Oh my God.
And the sideline.
I heard
it was
A
nice.
good physical trainer over there.
Yeah, stellar.
Oh my God. I have a lot of memories growing up, but I think some of the most ridiculous ones, we've known each other a long time, were when, during ski trips in like 7th and 8th grade, you would go down the mountain at full speed and just do like a backflip, and somehow you wouldn't die, because obviously you're here now.
I'm here.
And meanwhile, everyone else is like just trying to get off the ski lift and the chair correctly without getting hurt, and you just like zoom past everyone and be like 40 feet in the air upside down. So what is it about you that makes you think you're invincible?
My beard.
You had a beard. Did you have a beard in 8th grade?
I was called Mr. Hairy Armpits in 2nd grade.
Oh my God.
So the beard came in, and it was always a joke. As long as I had my beard, I'm good.
As long as you have a beard, you won't die?
Correct.
Like growing up, you had a brother. Did your parents just like let you guys do whatever you want with no control? Like you were just feral animals?
It was very different than, I have 4 kids myself. So the times are so different where they kind of just shoot you outside. She had a cowbell, my mom, wanted to come in. And my brother for Christmas, he'd ask for ropes and pulleys. So we'd have zip lines coming off our chimney into the pool, the wildest, most hazardous scenarios you could imagine. Our good buddy Jordan Orlovsky, we're 80, steps on a nail, goes through his foot. We come running back with him over our shoulder. Outside doing whatever, manhunt and all the good things that kids don't do these days.
Well, I think that builds confidence when you do something dangerous and you survive.
Sure.
So you have a lot of confidence, I guess, because you're still here. Yeah. And after high school, somehow you got accepted into the University of Albany College?
Yeah, somehow.
Do I have that correct?
Yeah, I was, so I played football and baseball there. I had to ride to West Point also. I had to get an 1180 on my SAT at 1160. They paid for my Princeton review. I got the senator letters, the approval from the governor, all the stuff to go play. Did 10 points worse. So they're like, you're gonna have to come.
Let's do that again.
You're gonna go to prep school for a year, then you'll come play. And I was like, no, absolutely not. So a lot of the bigger schools recruited me for football, kind of dropped off, and they gave me the opportunity to play both. So I got a full scholarship to play both, half for each baseball and football. So that's what got me in Albany, which is nice. Which is gonna be a really good segue probably later on to how I met my business partner and a few other things.
How did you manage schoolwork and?
There was no managing. Worked backwards. So I was in the business school, and I had 132 excused absences every second semester because there's snow on our there's snow on our field in Albany till April. You start in February. We fly south, so we'd fly Wednesday, we'd practice Thursday, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, travel Monday. I'd go to school on just Tuesday for 3.5 months. So they're like, you can't be in the business school. So I ended up with changing my major 7 times. I left with a sociology major and a business and psychology minor.
Did you have to require a certain GPA to maintain your scholarship?
Yeah, it was 2.3. So you worked backwards. This is good. I could do well here. I could do all right here. And I got out. I got a diploma.
Yeah,
so
you
that's
got
all
out.
that matters. And good career there, so it was fun.
There you go.
Did you have any structure in the football program where there was study time and
Yeah, that was hardcore. That wasn't no messing around. It was 6 a.m. pool, 6:30 lift. Got you to 8 First class are 8:40, 8:40 to 11:45 class.
Sessions,
Come
yeah.
back in, lift and film, practice 2 to 5, film, homework, sleep, do it again.
What positions did you do in college?
I played strong safety in college, and then center field for baseball.
Okay. Were you considered like a big guy in college? Like,
No.
I feel like they're bigger than you.
They're a lot bigger, a lot bigger. Yeah, we had a huge defense. It was crazy. I was probably playing at 5'11", 215, and I was probably the smallest guy in the defense by far. Our corners were 6'3", 220. We were just like big and mean. We weren't that fast, but we were just angry.
Did you have? You were an angry
We
defense.
hurt a lot of people. Yeah, it was cool.
Is it like jail where you have to like make a good first impression the first day and like take somebody out in practice?
Well, Dave McCarty, my roommate, who ended up being like an All-American running back, led the country in rushing. The first day he gets in there, he's like an all-state wrestler. He's like, "Who's like the tough guy here?" And he just buried him in the middle of the locker room the first weekend. So they wouldn't mess with freshmen. They tried to haze the freshmen. I was the only freshman that didn't have to go through the hazing like stuff, just because I didn't redshirt in either one of them. I wouldn't call it jail, but you definitely didn't want to look like some kind of wimp that just showed up to play D1 football. Yeah. Not to mention
one way
that
to do
they
it.
knew I'd be gone half the year. So all the football guys would be pissed I wasn't doing spring ball. Right. And then fall ball for baseball, I'm doing football. So I'd like walk in and the guy that was getting all the one reps, like I'd show up and be like, "All right, take a seat, bud." I'd like come in and like pencil my name in, like I'm hitting third, goodbye. It's like they worked their ass off the whole time.
I was just gonna say, I
Like
was like,
Dave's
man,
back, whatever.
It's very disheartening.
Just walk in and take over.
It was fun.
How'd you do in baseball? I don't remember following you in baseball.
Baseball was good. I was all conference 3 times. I played well in our conference, and you do all right out of conference when you got guys throwing 98 miles per hour down from Florida State.
How was the team?
We were good. We won our conference my sophomore year. We went out to Arkansas in our regional. We played Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and Creighton. Yeah. Our shirt said U Albany on it, and this is down south baseball. They're like, "What the hell's Y'Albany?" Like, I had no idea,
Just put it
no
together.
clue where we were from. It was hilarious. That's great. But it was a good trip. It was fun.
Out of those two sports, which one do you miss the most?
Football locker room. Yeah. That's really what it was. Not even just playing and like showing that
community.
you can dominate on the field, but like the community. And I'm in a group chat with all those guys still it's like funny because I'm 37. Next year, it'll be half my life that I knew these guys. And we're still in a group chat.
Oh, my same group chat?
Ever since.
Yep.
Dirty Defense, 2006.
There's some offensive guys there. You know them. Esposito,
Oh,
Bush.
yeah.
You don't want to be around them.
No,
You know?
no, not after dark. What advice would you what advice would you give like young professionals out there that are just graduating college? I feel like that's a very stressful time for young people that they're so young and they're like 21. They're like, "What the hell am I doing?"
Your attitude, I think your attitude really is going to drive what you want to do. So like I never really worked for anybody. I bar backed at Tiki Bar, but that was all tips. You know, I was always doing a different thing, whether it was laying pavers in high school in the summer or doing fencing. I tried to do a different trade for like 3 years in the summer to learn. And then I don't do well working for somebody. Yeah. So there's the attitude that compensation is really high for these young professionals that can go out to a career in certain fields. I work with some young attorneys now that are making crazy money coming out the gate, but that's all W-2. You get pigeonholed into, gotta do your retirement plan, what else can you do, blah, blah, blah. Right. If you can work for yourself or get some type of 1099 consulting off of your maybe career job, work for yourself in some capacity. From a tax code perspective, there's a million different things you could do creatively for yourself financially. And you can trust that you're going to build your own paycheck and not have to rely on anybody. A lot of my friends are super successful. Once you start making 300, 400, 500 at a corporate place, you're the first one to get cut if they don't have a great year.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy to think
Very
about.
true.
I got friends super comfortable, super successful. They're like, yeah, I'm probably on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Like it just took me 15 years to get here. So it's work for yourself to some capacity, whether it's in your off time or not.
What was your first job after college?
After college, uniquely enough, my mom got sick and I had to actually work at her jewelry store which was
I remember
up in
that,
Monmouth
I think.
County, just to cover her rent. You know, she got diagnosed with something severe, and I was making sure that I took care of that for her to stay in and pay the bills. So it was almost like an interaction, not sales job, but I was keeping it afloat, talking to women
You were
about
a
jewelry.
salesperson.
It's hilarious. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
running it, right? And then I kind of moved into, I got the kid that played Monmouth football. You might know Bobby Cole. I met him at like Bar A. He's like, dude, I'm in the insurance business. Come over to that side. So the first firm I worked at was a Guardian agency, which is life insurance, disability, long-term care planning. That was over in Shrewsbury, and that's where I met my wife. She was there 6 months before me. I came in, got hired on like
She
Thanksgiving
was at
Eve.
Guardian as well?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So that's where I met her, and that's where everything kind of took off. Being a partner with her now in our primary businesses, and now 4 kids later, kind of was the thing that propelled my careers, just being at that first Guardian shop.
So Guardian was only whole life insurance? What else did
They
they
have whole
sell?
life term, long-term care, disability products they run on, long-term care, a lot of protection aspects in the insurance world. Different than
insurance with Guardian.
If you have any policy issues, Dave's right here.
Let's just get the same. We're always open to switch them over, you know?
So being in that business, you're dealing with wealthy individuals, I'm assuming, who are looking to protect their assets, right?
Yeah, the business, and a lot of like planning from an insurance perspective. A lot of it's misrepresented. Like, you know, an insurance product, if used the right way, is really buying a dollar for cheap. Whether you leverage that for a back-end promise, whether you use it for creativity and leverage for banking, whether you tap into that
Infinity
asset.
banking.
Exactly.
See that on TikTok all the time.
Infinite banking. Yeah, if used correctly, sure. It's not like, it's got to be a piece of somebody's planning tool. It's not the solution to everything. But if you have a piece, there's ways to leverage off of it, implement, invest
I
tax-free.
remember one of our first meetings, you're probably the first person I talked to about financial advising, funny enough, even though I had no reason to trust you at the time because you're a psychopath. I remember you told me there's 3 buckets of money, right?
Yeah, sure.
There's like savings, stocks, and insurance, right?
Sure.
Is there any other buckets?
Well, now, there's, investing in your own business is a priority for a lot of our people. I'm trying doing usually 5 to 6 buckets for people, savings, a protection aspect, the tax-free area. This country gives a little bit of relief to individuals from a Roth IRA perspective, but any super successful person that's past the threshold of income, they can't do it in a Roth, so there's no way to grow anything tax deferred. Right. They get back tax free. You could use that through implementing insurance products, which most people don't realize and understand. But back to the buckets, and then there's timelines attached to the buckets too, right? So it's savings, just call it investments, protection, retirement, and then from that, where are the timelines on where you need to tap your capital? So I always talk about liquidity, leverage, and control of your money. Being able to hop on an opportunity, like people shouldn't be buying a house out of their 401k as a first-time home buyer. That's because they didn't. So those first people that get their job, all I see them do is they pump their retirement plan, they have a savings account and a credit card. There's no liquidity conversation on I need to hop on an opportunity in years 4 through 12 of my life. Where does that liquidity come from? So building somebody a plan that's diversified between timelines and then market risk or susceptible to interest rate risk is a lot of the conversations that I'm having with clients and how to leverage ones against each other. If you have an opportunity, what bucket do you take it from?
Right. Yeah, because if you don't have the cash, you can't participate in those opportunities.
No. When should somebody start investing, and actually, have a sit down with a financial advisor?
It sounds stupid, but as soon as you have a real income, you're going to have to build goals. Like a lot of advisors usually drive towards how they get paid, right? The reality is that young first-time engaged kid who's 25 should be putting 90% of his money into liquidity, whether it's a money market that's getting 5.5% right now, liquidity, because you're going to need a house, you're going to need a ring, you're going to need a wedding, you're going to need a lot of liquidity. And what is in this country is the total reverse. Right. Not much savings, pumped a retirement plan, credit card, my paycheck pays off my credit card, and you're going out and having fun. You never teach yourself to be your first line. So like if you walk through your financial world, your line items, maybe it's your mortgage, your car payments, your health insurance, your kids' tuition, ... Now there's $600 left at the end of the month. Well, I'm going out, I'm going shopping. Yeah. If you put yourself first, and that's how you really teach yourself to be a good saver, is make yourself a priority.
First. That's a good book.
Pay yourself first, and then make your decisions after that financially.
Well, question if, what would you say to somebody that's a little older, somebody that's established with the work, never really made that investment, never had the education or spoke to somebody to kind of push them in that direction? Is it never too late for somebody to invest into something? What would you recommend somebody?
Those people we call like a financial junk drawer.
Sure.
They tried to have some creativity here. Maybe they opened a business. They got a TD Ameritrade that they trade on. Then they have some crypto. Then they have some insurance that somebody sold them along the way. It's a financial junk drawer. So being able to get reorganized really allows you to kind of get the efficiency out of a plan.
Sure.
So I play retirement catch up with a lot of business owners that built the whole business their first 20 years, and now they're finally in a position to start saving and they're earning. But they have nothing, and they might be 52.
Sure.
But now they have a successful business. It's a totally different conversation than the 25-year-old that is getting his first paycheck. So it's really more about getting the efficiency out of what's optimal at that point in time. And it's never too late to revisit what your options are, right? Interest rates have changed. You can hide now. Like, you used to not be able to hide and make 5.5%. Like, we have liquid money markets and things of that nature that you can finally go to the bank and grab a CD that's over 5. That didn't exist the last decade and a half.
No, it did not.
So you could hide and still earn today, which brings a lot of creativity to other insurance products, annuities, give it a lot of new juice on some stuff for income.
Yeah.
It's never too late to revisit, reorganize.
I know personally, I'm starting to diversify into real estate investing with multifamily. I found that that's almost the perfect business where you have cash flow, tax savings, and appreciation. What a lot of people don't know about real estate investing is you can depreciate an appreciating asset. So if you buy a $500,000 house, divide that by 30, that's what you can write off each year. And from a net cash flow perspective and what you keep at the end of the year, you're paying very little taxes because you have so many write-offs. So are any of your clients?
Ton. I bought my first multifamily Airbnb up at Hunter Mountain. So we have a place there. That's where we go snowboarding with the kids. It ties back into your opening. My kids have lived on the mountain, especially through COVID. We bought another place up there.
Your son's like a famous snowboarder, isn't he?
Jack West Shreds on Instagram.
Jack West Shreds.
Yeah. He finished third in the country overall last year at USASA overall, which was pretty cool. Picked up like Pit Viper as a sponsor. He's sponsored by Torque Snowboards out of Canada.
What's his thing? Is he doing half pipe?
So he does everything now, and then now he'll specialize. He'll do probably half pipe, slope style, border cross, and rail jam. So more of the trick stuff now rather than the racing.
Are you doing that like all winter with him?
Yeah, it's
oh my God.
every Thursday. It's crazy. But we enjoy it up there. My wife loves being up in the mountains. Yeah, it's a different culture shift than
get away from
down here in Jersey.
Where's your favorite place to snowboard and ski with the family?
Out west, we usually do all April out in Colorado, and the first is the competition 2 weeks at Copper Mountain, which we love, but we always go to Breckenridge. Breckenridge is a nice family mountain. It's huge. It's got the town. I'd say right now Breckenridge is our hot spot that we usually do the second 2 weeks of April in. And we left there last year. We got 11 inches of snow like April the 29th when we left. They got like 2 more feet this year. My wife flew back with my son. They did the closing days in May. I picked them up and we went to Hawaii. We went to layover at Denver. I came with the other family, picked them up. They sent their snowboarding stuff home and we went to Hawaii. They're like hardcore. It's crazy, but they love it.
Please like, comment, subscribe below, share with your friends, share with your mom. Back to the show. All right, so fast forward to starting the Fortis agency after Guardian. When did that start and who did you start that with?
I think our 5-year anniversary is this July, which is like next week, I think is our 5-year anniversary for the Fortis agency. So we're at Bellworks here in Holmdel. This is our first location. Started it with my partners, Mike Manginelli and Mike DeVizio. Met them through the first Guardian agency. They went away and did their own thing at a Mass Mutual shop. And my wife, Christine. My wife, Christine, is my business partner in life, partner in like everything that we do
better
now,
half,
which is pretty way better half.
Smarts.
Yeah. So we're 5 years here. We have space downstairs now here in Bellworks. Second location, renewing our lease here. We have 26 independent insurance brokers there. And we service about 200 outside brokers, meaning like they come through us to clear through any insurance business. So we're direct, we're independent, we don't work for anyone specific. And we've negotiated our contracts and leverage for underwriting amongst the insurance demographic. So we're doing the right thing for the client. We're not trying to, round peg a square hole for an insurance solution because I work for a Guardian or a Mass, a Northwestern, a New York Life, or whatever.
Yeah.
Correct. And
We're like a broker.
Exactly, we're all brokers, all
all
10
brokers.
and 1099.
Got it.
So through that, half are fully licensed on the investment side also. So we also have the wealth management practice, which is the Fortis Group Advisors. It's an independent RIA. We're at Charles Schwab. My wife is a significant piece and partner of that business, joining my college roommate, Chris Keneally.
Yes.
His father founded that 20-something years ago now. It's almost $1 billion in assets, all traded on discretion, no commissions or anything like that. So they do a great job on the wealth management side. My wife, Christine, is partnering with Chris for the largest book on that side, and then all owners of the whole RA side.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're expanding.
we are
Nice.
expanding.
Are you outperforming Warren Buffett or not for the wealth management portfolio?
A lot of the client, I won't talk on the wealth management side. I'll
Okay.
talk a lot more on the insurance side. But the reality is we're doing a good job for people protecting. During COVID, we're in a position, we're able to move quick to cash for people rather than saying, like client number one is as important as client number 600.
Sure.
It's not like, all right, the market's collapsing. It's freezing intraday.
right.
Let me call my largest client first. Hey, can we get out of the way? Bang. You don't want to be client number 120 on that phone call list.
Yeah.
So the way that they do the asset management side is fully on discretion, block trade everything,
Gotcha.
and play offense and defense.
How many advisors are at Fortis now?
So the Fortis Group Advisors is 27 fully licensed on the wealth management side, and then of our 26 insurance brokers, we have probably 15 that are fully licensed as well. So between both, call it 40 fully registered, and then on the life and health side, there's probably another 10, and then the brokers that we service as well.
Well, we have a program at One Real Mortgage where we're talking to people like yourself where if you guys get your mortgage license as well, you could help your clients refinance. So I don't know. I know you mentioned some of your clients are in that space.
Yeah, a lot are.
And we're thinking, Jamie's definitely
Team
thinking
up.
there's a refinance boom coming because so many people are locked in at 6, 7, 8%
Yeah,
over the last
100%.
2 years.
And that's just to refer you guys.
Well, you would be licensed. So you got
Compensated
Jamie would be
directly.
your internal MLO.
Yeah.
You would be the external MLO.
Yep.
You process the application, and it goes to him, and he takes it from there. He locks and docks.
It's just an added benefit for your clientele. I think ultimately, you're educating people, you're protecting their assets. It's just another way for you to assist your client.
Anything
And add
related to
value.
money moves,
And at
yeah.
the end of the day, you're compensated for it. So we're here to make money at the end of the day.
Nobody likes working for free, so that makes
Nope.
sense.
And part of your newsletter you put out, you could be like, here's where interest rates are, and you probably know what they're locked in at, and you could be that first line of defense, offense, I would say.
Well,
actually.
real estate's one of their most important assets to most people. So it's just another way to assist them in managing one of the top assets in their portfolio, more than likely,
Well, which comes back to cash flow. That's what we do planning
I was
with their
just gonna
cash
say,
flow,
and
and
then
it goes into
we
the plan.
figure out
Makes
how
sense.
they borrow money, invest money. Another conversation
Yeah, let's
another
do it
time,
after.
but
I'm in.
100%.
So what else you got going on? You got the Fortis. People are saying you're a restaurantpreneur now?
Yeah, please.
What's going on?
But yeah, so we're in Bellworks. It's a 2 million square foot building. If you lay it on its side and tilt it up, it's the Empire State Building, right? Wow. So an opportunity presented itself to have a restaurant here with the girls of Cardinal Provisions in Asbury. Laura and Grace are our chef owner operators. I own a piece of the place as well, and I created the holding company for the financial raise to get all of the implementations of the bar, restaurant, everything going on. So yeah, so now I'll have a restaurant 500 feet down the hallway from me where I could spend my money rather than leaving and going to Red Bank or taking clients somewhere else. And this building is full of people that need to eat.
Right.
There's nowhere else that you
That's
could
the
have.
only exclusive restaurant in
Sit
the
down with
place.
servers, cocktails at night, dinner.
There you
yeah.
go.
So we're right in the middle. We'll
What
probably
time's this building open till?
you could just key card in whenever you want. I mean, there's people that walk around till midnight. There's people that burn the midnight oil here. The reality is some type of hospitality has to be provided for people that are here. And I think we're in a great scenario to do catering throughout the building. There's a huge wedding venue downstairs that holds over 1,000 people. I think will be a great service to the community here, and then everybody outside and close that can come in.
So we'll be doing private events, happy hours, lunch and dinner and breakfast?
Yeah, it'll be 10 to midnight inside. Right now we're open outside 2 to 10, Wednesday through Saturday. Mabel is the name of the restaurant.
Okay.
Laura and Grace are the chef owner operators of Cardinal Provisions in Asbury. They have a great following. We have some cool, fun investors that are bringing a lot to the table, a lot of community people that'll come in.
Nice.
it's got to be inevitable that it doesn't fail here. The building is in on it with us, which is
Food's
really
gotta
cool.
be
They
good.
support. Food is good. Food is very good.
As long as the food's
Cocktails
good,
are
people
cold
are
and
gonna come.
refreshing. It'll be good.
You know, you got the traffic.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
You're,
exciting.
you're like the only guy at with the hot dogs at the stadium, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some grab and goes that are good food here, and there's a food court. But the reality is, for a sit-down experience that you have clients to entertain your building, there's really nowhere else right
And it'll
now.
have a liquor license, I think.
Yeah, so we're tapping into the building's liquor license, which is pretty cool, as part of our partnership agreement with them, which is nice.
Okay.
So you're leveraging your relationships and
Yeah.
with your landlord and
Absolutely, got it. We're a good tenant here. So
Yeah.
creative deals come across our plate. They knew we were in the money business, so we were able to put together a good group of people to raise the capital, open it up, and push forward, which is going to be nice.
and that you started like an investment trust to put this together.
It's a holding company that has real ownership stake in the restaurant. And then there's a payback period that benefits the shareholders that are on the holding company first, like a waterfall back, and then it reverts to their equity in perpetuity forever.
Okay.
You have to drink a coffee to understand that. We'll do another meeting. Well, it was great having you on, Dave.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Nice hearing your story, and thanks for staying alive. All
You
these
got it.
years.
I'm going to have to play a voice memo after this, maybe for.
Yeah, we'll put that
Yeah,
on the
we'll
B-roll.
put
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Perfect. All right, guys.
We believed
Thank
in
you
you
so
from
much.
the beginning.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Hey guys, don't go anywhere. There's another episode coming right here.